Heavenly Father, you are the one true God, the holy Redeemer. Whatever thou asks of me, I will give to thee freely. Jehovah, you dog you. The Nun II. It is the latest film in the Conjuring Universe. Is that still a thing? And sees the evil entity known as Valak return once more to get its butt kicked again by Bible thumpers. In the film, creepy ass demon comes around to fuck up some uber religious folks' uber religious fucking day by testing less uber religious folks' fucking faith, possessing non-religious folk, and straight up murdering the most uber of religious folks, while having a rather hard time trying to hurt the average uber religious folk who, unlike the most uber of religious folks, remembered to wear their plot armor to work today. You get all that? Long story short, you've seen all this shit before. Dear Heavenly Father, bless me for I have sinned, and this is your fucking spoiler warning. So you want the good stuff. Let's go. This flick starts off strong. They do the old tired cat and mouse bit between the kid and the demon. I was kind of rolling my eyes until they have a shot, and they do a lot of these in this talkie, of Valak's face slowly appearing from the shadows. I thought that shit was creepy as fuck, and then a priest gets lifted in the air and bursts into flames. Now, if you know how I feel about the Catholic Church, then you also know that I rate this opening a 10 out of 10. I mean, talk about a Sunday cookout. This movie is all kinds of creepy. While The Nun's first solo outing certainly had atmosphere, it was sorely lacking in the scare department. The reason why Valak warranted a spin-off in the first place is because of how effective she was in The Conjuring II. The hallway sequence in that flick is still the most creeped out I have been in a movie in the last 10 years. And oddly enough, the best scare in The Nun II involves that very same scene. And while director Michael Chavez is certainly no James Wan when it comes to mastering truly terrifying horror sequences, he certainly has a better eye for what makes The Nun scary than Corin Hardy did in the original spin-off. The climax of this picture is all kinds of fun. I really dig how Valak scales up in size and sets Thaisa Farmiga, I will never get tired of absolutely butchering the name of that incredibly talented and beautiful woman, nope, on fire and using her magic to smack fools around while a big hairy man-goat attacks teenage girls. I'm here for it, man. And now it's time to talk about nun titties! There's too many fucking characters in this picture, man. Not only do we have our two returning leads, Sister Irene and Maurice, who's been bumped up from annoying sidekick to sympathetic victim, but we also have a whole slew of noobs. There's a bunch of boarding school broads, and there's the creepy head mistress, and there's cardinals and priests and nuns, and then the new annoying sidekick who also happens to be a nun. There's the spunky yet vulnerable child who's trying to set her mom up with the sympathetic victim Maurice, and the mom in question who's a reluctant love interest but eventually falls for the sympathetic victim as they walk off into the sunset holding hands and live happily ever after.
What happened to Maurice?
Well, he tried to kill his wife, but instead he shot her in the arm and then he turned the gun on himself.
Ooh. Great. Tough break. But I digress. This movie has too many fucking people in it! Speaking about too many of stuffs, there's too many goddamn cliches in this thing. Seriously, there's so many, I can't even list them all. I don't even think you want me to. I don't even want me to. Characters having a crisis of faith, but finding their faith again just in time for the climax to happen. Kids playing a game that eventually turns into something sinister. Side characters that have absolutely no purpose or skill, telling the main character that they are gonna need their help. Kids all wearing the same uniform in school, except for the one kid that the audience is supposed to relate to. Of course, they wear something different, right? Yeah. Jump scares, rosaries, scripture reading, lights flickering. The bad guy was defeated, but wait, he wasn't. Kids giving jewelry to adults that the adults promised to treasure. Fake outs, MacGuffins, jump scares. Did I say jump scares? Fucking jump scares! And of course, lest we forget, bodily contortions, because apparently that happens to everyone who's ever been possessed and is supposed to be scary and not at all eye-roll inducing. Stupid horror movie people doing stupid horror movie people things. Don't go into the haunted chapel in the middle of the night. Don't split up. Don't go investigate a strange noise. Don't play sport ball with the demon. And for fuck's sake, don't, under any circumstances, go movie's story is essentially pointless because we leave our characters in the exact same spot in this film that we did at the end of the original film. This picture does nothing to progress the narrative, with the exception of showing us which wife Maurice will most likely murder in the next 10 to 15 years. Yikes. Go ahead and give me that rewatch. This show is a non-stop thrill ride, jumping from one scare to one set piece to another and another. At one point, my wife leaned over to me and said literally what was going through my brain at that moment, which was, "It does not stop." Fast-paced, energetic, and entertaining, this picture moves at such a brisk pace that it's almost like the writers were being forced to turn in a script that was based off an outline written by a drug addict. Well, Johnson! Didn't look like that stripe worked out too well for you, huh? You literally kidnapped me and my family and are holding us hostage. You don't understand. The AI, it was hemorrhaging money. It was just turning out babble jargon. There's no words. It just making any sense. But you helped me out with this one scary picture. You helped me out with this one scary picture, Johnson. I swear. The moon, Johnson. The moon. You helped me out, Johnson. We're good. We're golden. Come on. Hit me with some stuff, Johnson. Yeah, so I actually did a little bit of an outline. I was thinking maybe we do some suspense. No. Too predictable. They'll still come in my way. We need something bold, something brash. Yeah. Jump scares. Would you shut the fuck up and let me think? Nah, I got it. Jump scares. Jump scares as far as the eye can see. Every 3 to 6 seconds? No. It's not enough. We need to go bigger. Non-stop jump scares. No, fuck. One big jump scare. Johnson, can you see it? The biggest jump scare the world has ever seen. We've done it, Johnson. We've done it. Guys, this really isn't a good movie. But neither was the first one. There are some genuinely awesome scares, great set pieces, good character development for Irene and Maurice, and all in all, it is a fun, freaky flick that I'd happily watch again. Well, that'll about get her done for this stint on the Jony Horror Reviews. I'm your host, Jony Horror, reminding all you uber-religious folks and not-so-uber-religious folks to lock your doors, bolt your windows, turn out the lights, and ask yourself this question. If God made you in his image, then why aren't you invisible? Nun titties!